Hello IT pros and welcome back to my IT workshop. So in this video I'm going to show you how to add or replace RAM to a laptop computer. So before doing that, I'm going, you have to get rid of static electricity if you're going to work with circuits. So that way you are not going to damage your motherboard or your RAM or your computer entirely, okay? So this process works for any other brand like HP, Lenovo, or whatever thing you may have as a laptop. The process is the same because they use kind of the same technology, but the brand is going to be different. So I have this Dell, which is an Inspiron 3537. And as you see me doing here, I don't have any jewelry on my hands or any watch or anything. I am on a wood surface. It's not, so I don't have static electricity. So I'm not going to create static electricity. So I like this model a lot because you have this rectangle which you can take out really easily and you can put it back the same way. So on the left you have a hard drive. If you want to know how to replace a hard drive and make a backup, you can do it in the top right of this screen. So on the left we have two sockets for this model. The one on the right is the only one that is being used. That one is 4 gigabytes, and this computer uses a DDR3 RAM memory. Okay, so the one on the left is free. We're going to add 4 more. I took this other RAM, DDR3 RAM from another Dell computer. And the way you take it out is really easy, as you see me doing here. It doesn't make a difference where you put it, whether it is on the left or on the right, it's going to work. And the way you put it is in an angle, as you see me doing. You don't put it straight, but in an angle. You see me doing here, I'm going to push it a little, like that, and then I'm going to press it down. So the clips are going to hold this memory like that. You're going to hear a clip. Sometimes you hear a clip. So to take it out, you push the clips apart with your fingers, and that's pretty much it. It's really, a really easy process to do. I'm going to do it many times in the video, by the way, so you can get used to it because you learn by seeing. And now I'm going to do it one more time. I'm going to press it down. That's it. But before moving forward, I'm going to show you more RAM modules. Okay, this is a DDR3, this one is a DDR4, and this one over here is a DDR2. As you can tell them here, again, DDR4, DDR3, and DDR2, they look really alike. One of the differences is the pins, the separation in the pins, as you can see here. I'm going to explain it more in a little, but one of the main difference, if you read the label, if you take the label as a reference, DDR2 comes in 500 megabytes, 1 gigabyte, maybe 2, I haven't seen it though. DDR3, the blue one, comes in 2 gigabytes, 4, and 8. And DDR4, the one I'm holding right now, comes in 4, 8, and 16 gigabytes. Okay, another thing is, as you can notice, DDR4 is a little larger. I don't know if you can notice, it's a little larger. So I'm going to make a close-up, and we're going to go to the other physical difference. Sometimes you can tell, it says in the label DDR4, DDR3. Sometimes it doesn't. It depends on the manufacturer. Okay, as you can see, the pins, the golden connectors on the bottom of each RAM module, you can see the separation. So on DDR4, the separation is more to the right, almost at the middle. On DDR3 and DDR2, they are more to the left. Okay, so that's maybe the most important, the most obvious characteristic that the different RAM modules have. Okay, for example, this one has 1 gigabyte, this one DDR3 has 4 gigabytes, and this DDR4 RAM has 8 gigabytes. Okay, so now that we know a little more about the different technologies for RAM, we're going to continue to add this DDR3 to this available socket on this computer. So as you have seen me now do many times, I'm going to very gently in an angle press it a little and push it down. Now it's being held by the clips. You might hear a click sometimes, but sometimes you don't. And now I'm going to take it out one more time, but my thumbs are a little thick, so I'm going to use the screwdriver for help. So as you can see here, I push them in different directions, and that's it. I'm going to do the same with my fingers. You have to do that maneuver, and they are free. So I'm going to put them back, but again, I'm going to do it one more time. You put it in an angle, and you press it down. And that's it, guys. Okay, I know I said it a few minutes ago, but if you want to know how to replace hard drives on different computer models, I'm going to leave the link in the description below for the playlist. Now I'm going to put back the cover. As you can see, it's really easy. That's why I like this model very much. You have fast access to the RAM and hard drive. So now I'm going to show you another laptop. This one is a Dell Inspiron 3000 series. This one is 11 inches. It has an 11 inches monitor. So as you can see, it's smaller than the one in the back. So this one is honestly a pain in the neck to take out the cover because it has 2, 4, 6, 7, that's one in the middle, and 9 screws. So it's really a pain in the neck to take out the cover. And you have to be very careful because if you break one of the holders, your computer the cover might not be tight when you put it back. Okay, this one, for example, we have the RAM module, we have the hard drive and the fan for the processor and all that. This one, for example, I don't know why they did that. It just jumped when I pull the clips in opposite direction. This one is also DDR3, but this laptop only has one slot for RAM, and in this case again it's DDR3. And I'm showing you how to take it out, so you have to be really careful. So it doesn't jump. Now I'm going to do something a little silly, but this is just for you to understand. I'm trying to put the DDR4 and I'm trying to put the DDR2 RAM modules, and as you can tell, it's not going to fit because the separation in the pins in the connectors is different. So it's not going to fit in any way. So I'm going to put it back, the DDR3 that I have from the beginning when I opened this laptop. And we're going to press it down. We're going to put it in an angle, push it a little, and press it down. Okay, so it's the same process for any model you're going to find. I didn't find so far any model that's different than this way to put in and taking out the RAM modules. So the next Dell laptop is a Dell Latitude 5490. This is a newer model. This one is 14 inches monitor, well, screen. And this one is also kind of a pain in the neck to take out the screws, but we're going to check that in a few seconds. This one has 2 available slots for DDR4. This is the only laptop that I have that has a DDR4. So as you can see on the left, this computer has a space for a 2.5 inches, whether mechanical or SSD. In this case, it's using an M2 SSD, which is really good, the one I'm pointing it right there, that kind of very slim thing. And that one is good for speed, to write and recover data on your computer. So now going back to the RAM, I'm going to put it in a better position so you can see it better. So again, this is the DDR4, and the way that you put it is exactly the same. You put it in an angle, you push it a little, and you press it down. That's pretty much it. To free this RAM memory, you just do what we have been doing, and we are going to put it in the other slot. So it's, as you can tell, it's really easy to replace RAM, to add RAM, or well, one of those two things. And again, I'm going to do the same. This one I take it from an HP laptop that is not working anymore, and it's a DDR3 as well. So this one is 4 gigabytes, and I'm going to do the same as in the last laptop. I'm going to try to feed the DDR3, the DDR2, and as you can tell, you just can't do it. It won't fit. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. Now that we have tried many of these things, I wanted to tell you about the thing I was telling at the beginning. It's a pain in the neck to take out the cover because it has 2, 4, 6, and 7 screws, and it's the same. If you make a mistake and break one of the holders, the back cover is not going to be as tight. Okay, now we're going to proceed. I'm going to turn on this computer and we're going to access the BIOS. So we're going to see that we have 8 gigabytes. So I'm going to continue on my cell phone. So here we are. I'm showing you the screen, the keyboard, and now allow me a few seconds to adjust my camera. And now I'm going to turn off the light so you can see it better. I'm going to start the computer and I have to press F2 or Dell, but I was not fast enough, so Windows is starting. So I'm just going to restart the computer and we're going to try again. So now, before seeing the Dell logo, I'm going to start pressing F2. Sometimes it's the Dell key, but in this case it's F2. And now we have access to the boot manager. Now I'm going to go down to Enter Setup and press Enter. Now we are in the BIOS. So we can see we are in the main tab, and you can see the date, all the characteristics, Inspiron 3537, the serial tag, we can see the A07, which is the BIOS version. If you want to know how to update the BIOS version of different Dell devices, I'm going to leave the link in the description below. So in the bottom, almost at the bottom, you can see total memory, 8 gigabytes, because we have added 4 in all this process. So that's the way you can verify. You can also see it in Windows, but I don't really see the point of logging into Windows and checking this out. You can do it faster if you check the BIOS. Okay guys, that's what I wanted to show you today. I hope you like this video. If you like it, please leave a like. If you have any comment or questions, leave it in the comment section below. And if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Feel free to look in the channel, all the videos. Maybe you are going to find something that is useful to you. So thank you very much again, and I'll see you in the next video.